When others were still struggling to survive in the wild, this man only spent 2.5 months. And they built this beautiful wooden house that was enviable. Not only is the interior furniture handmade, wells were dug to solve the wild water problem, just not too cool. At this time a year ago, Richie built his first wooden house. But due to the small internal space, when friends come, they can only lay on the floor outside. So he carved out a clearing not far away, getting ready to build a bigger house. As the most rigorous man in 100 miles, drawings can only be counted as basic operations. Then insert the stick into the ground. Use hemp rope to plan the general area of the new house. He then spliced the planks together and assembled them. You get a mold, thanks to previous projects. And there's no difficulty in doing it again. When he was done, he dug a hunger pit in the ground. There is still a lot of sand left from the previous building, and it came in handy this time. Finally, add a bucket of gravel. You get reinforced concrete. Pour it into the dug machine pit. Avoid the possibility of the new house going offline. Then the magic combination of reinforced concrete, pouring out concrete piers one by one. After it dries completely the next day, you can remove the outer mold. Put the right square wood on top. Wild nails in corners. Let the base frame fit tightly together. Internally spaced and fixed on wooden boards. It is convenient to lay the barbed wire on it. Only houses that have been treated like this. To stop the move Jerry from sneaking into the room. Then you can lay a moisture-proof layer with confidence. And then the frame of the floor is spliced with square wood. After installing the joists together, due to stability concerns, and short timbers in the middle, then stuff it into the mountain. Rockwool does a good job of heat preservation on the ground, although accidents sometimes happen. But Mickey always adjusts in time. Then you can get the ozone version. Make a final closure to the ground. There is a little more meaning in the jungle after entering the cultivation. He set the leftover scraps on fire. Make yourself feel warmer at work. Friends who often watch wilderness construction know, the efficiency of building a house for foreigners is comparable to riding a rocket. Just splice the square wood reasonably. Pay attention to reserve the position of the window. Standing up is a wall frame. With the first experience of making, Mickey quickly made the second fan, the third and last one. So it's very important to build a ladder, so that you can successfully board the knife operation. It's a pity that the sky doesn't follow people's wishes, and autumn rain falls without warning. Mickey can only go back to the room to avoid. After the rain stops outside, he just started building the roof. Thanks to the accuracy of measurements when building walls, there is a certain height difference between the front and rear frames. Just fix the boats one by one. You can get a roof with its own upper. Don't worry about standing water when it rains. Take out the sausage stolen from the widow's house in the village at noon. Pair it with a cup of fragrant coffee. Just another meal. After eating and drinking, getting Mickey to work also gives motivation. He slips a damp cloth over the top, and the grid shapes are fixed with wooden slats. It's convenient to seal the roof next. The material is still the remaining European pine board. Each piece is as big as his height. It's easy for Mickey to operate. The roof is fully covered in just half an hour. Secure with wild nails. Make sure there is no possibility of displacement when walking on it. The seams should also be carefully punched with styrofoam. No cold wind. The slightest opportunity to enter the room. Although in the deserted jungle, but also be a good kid who cares about the environment. Mickey silently picked up the trash that had fallen to the ground. And then he fetched the tiles. Secured to the roof with nails. Pitch glue near the edge. To make the two fit more closely. The temperature gets colder in the evening. Mickey raises the fireplace indoors early, bringing a hint of satisfaction into the air. To avoid nightmares, he managed to lay the tiles in the dark. He draped some firewood over the door. Let this night sleep with warmth. The next day the sky was overcast. He pinched his fingers and calculated that there must be snow in the near future. So I hurriedly fixed the wall with a moisture-proof cloth, and we put hunting cameras around it. It is convenient to monitor the every move of animals. Sure enough, he photographed the traces of the deer at night. Unfortunately, it snowed in the jungle the next day. Last night's footprints were buried in snowflakes. Otherwise, the high and low have to improve the food. He had no choice but to continue to work honestly. I was almost attacked by a falling wooden strip. He couldn't be angry. The more he thought about it, the angrier he got. So he fell from the height again. Not only smashed the moisture-proof cloth, he was bitten on the leg by a ladder. Life is like this. It doesn't have to be a rainbow after a storm. But then he was more careful. Wooden slats that were successfully fixed to the exterior wall. Then the wall panels can be installed. But it's not over yet. And there's a layer of planks on top of each other. Not only achieves the effect of windproof and waterproof, it also makes the wooden house look more three-dimensional. in order to enjoy life better in the future. And Richie decided to build a terrace in front of his door. I saw that he first dug a chicken pit on the ground. Make sure that the machine column can be inserted steadily. And then you drive a slot through the end of the log. Put it in a fire to carbonize it. Achieve the effect of insect and preservative. And then put it in a pre-dug chicken pit. Backfill with sand. Perhaps it is out of yearning for a new home. Even though it's dark, he's still burning the nightlight. The next day a snowflake falls. Mickey gets up early and has a cup of fragrant coffee first. Allow yourself to have enough energy to devote to your work. Fix the frame after cooling off. And the short wood on the middle card is also supported. Increase the stability of the overall structure. Then the planks can be retrieved. Seal the platform completely. Finish fixing a plank to the wall. Determine the approximate height of the porch. And then you just mount it in front of you. Can be based on this. And the general frame is made out of squares of wood, due to the accuracy of the original size. After placing the boat at the top, the front and rear sides just form a certain height difference. Allows rainwater to slide smoothly off the roof. Worried, he reinforced the joint again. So even if the plane goes down and the typhoon comes, don't even think about taking a piece of wood. Fix the collar when you're done. Make room for the entry of tiles. With the recent weather getting colder, installing windows in the hut is also imminent. As a top artisanal python, the window frames must also be handmade. After confirming that there is no problem with the size, apply sealant evenly to the inside. Paste the suitable cut glass on it. Mickey made 4 windows in one go. However, before installing, we have to anchor the planks from the outside. Prevent accidentally pushing windows out of the room. Finally, put styrofoam on the edge of the window frame. After expansion, the gap can be completely blocked. Because the ditch fire pit is too close to the wooden house, Licky is worried that this will pose a safety hazard. So, he had to tear it down, bury the tunnel with soil, build a new one from afar. A lot of leftovers have been accumulated during this time, just used as fuel for ignition. At night he gathered around the campfire, listened to the crackle of the fire, start crafting today's dinner. Stir-fry the chopped vegetables in a pot, with marinated chicken breast. Just wait for the food in the pot to be cooked through. Enjoy this dish while it's hot. The next day, accompanied by the light body of the bird, Mickey starts a new day at work. To make it easier to get up and down, I'm going to install steps for the wooden house today. But then he thought about it. Dry rice is more important. After all, only when you have enough to eat and drink can you have the strength to work. Considering that this part is often exposed, the wood needs to be painted with anti-corrosive paint. Only then can it be fixed on the bracket. Become a member of the staircase countertop. In the blink of an eye, spring has arrived. The jungle has regained its former vitality. It's time to start renovating the interior. Mickey takes out the rock wool he bought from town. After being cut to the right size, fill in the frame of the wall. Not only can it play the role of thermal insulation, and it has the characteristics of high temperature resistance, it just makes up for the shortcomings of the wooden house's fear of fire. In order to prevent water vapor from eroding the insulation layer, and cover it with a damp-proof cloth from the outside. At the same time, avoid the glass fibers floating in the stretch. Avoid harm to the body caused by long-term inhalation. Finally, cut out the position of the doors and windows. It can be sealed with a wooden board. Benefit from the paint port that comes with the board room. Just bolt it in. Make the walls seamless. The next day he bought a piece of hemp rope. Tuck it into the gap around the corner. Make sure that the room will not leak the slightest abundance. Sure enough, you have to look at the alien terms of details. Now there's only one grand door left, due to the consideration of robustness. Naturally, you have to make it yourself to rest assured. Fortunately, there is still a lot left when laying the wallboard. Just stagger the sheets, place and finally cut off the excess part. After comparing the size, there is no problem. Then insert the insulation board from the reverse side. Continue to be boarded up, in order to prevent the visit of zero-yuan purchase. Mickey installs a lock cylinder on the door panel again. When you're done, put it on the door frame with lotus leaves. The construction of the wooden house is nearing completion. In the coming period of time, he's busy perfecting the details. Beautify window frames. Install curtains. Everything is moving towards the dream. Benefit from an early well. Let him not worry about water problems, but in order not to waste any available resources. So when it was raining outside, and he put chutes under the eaves, rainwater will flow into the bucket at one end. although you can't drink it directly. However, it is definitely more than enough for daily water use. The next day was a rare sunny day. He just found out the corset in front of the door has lost its vital signs. The remaining body is also at risk of falling over at any time. This situation is obviously not necessary to hold back. Just pay attention to control the direction of the fall. If you are not careful, there is a risk of seeing it too difficult. In order to make the wooden house be passed down from one house to 3 generations, apply anti-corrosion paint evenly to the outer wall. This step needs to be very careful. Cover every corner as much as possible. When you are done, you can paint your favorite color. Then paint the window frame orange. Mickey chose this elegant blue, but you may think this color scheme is too pink. It does not conform to the style of his Sigma man. The next day he changed the walls to bright green. The doors and windows were also painted black. The overall temperament was immediately upgraded to a level, out of a little bit of aesthetic requirements. The interior walls cannot be let go. All painted with brown top coat. Wait until the formaldehyde leaves home. Then move some commonly used furniture. With it, you can officially move into your new home.